So today I'm going to take you through a thing called Themeforest, and I'm going to show you where to find or how to find a good theme, what things to look for, and just to introduce you to a great resource for finding low cost, high quality products for a website. So see if this sounds like you. You're just starting a new website. You're a small business, you're individual, you want to get something going that looks professional, but is not going to cost you $1 bazillion, and you just want to get going. There are some amazing tools like a website that I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to take you there right away. It's called Themeforest. I use it personally and professionally, and I will quickly recommend it to anybody who's looking for a low-cost option to get a high-end product. So whereas you could spend $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for a website to be developed, you could go to Themeforest and spend $60. Now you still have to get it installed and you still have to know how to set it up. It takes practice, it takes some work, it takes some creativity, it takes some smarts, some mojo, and it takes being familiar with the tools involved. I'm not going to go through all the features that you could look at on this website, but what we're going to do is focus on 4 aspects that make Themeforest a great resource for WordPress themes. And that's basically identifying a theme for you by using their search tools, making a decision on the quality of the theme based on the community feedback. Then I'm going to look at demos. And lastly, I'm going to look at the cost. And these are kind of the 4 things that make this website very valuable for finding a WordPress theme. So now I want to identify a theme that's going to work for me and my business type and the kind of website that I want to present to my audience. So if I go under WordPress, you can see that it lists already the categories that might apply to me. And knowing what I do, maybe I'm a corporation, maybe I'm a creative type, maybe I have an e-commerce website or whatever else, you can kind of filter down to the type of website that you want. And these templates cater to these different types. If, for instance, I was using an e-commerce website, it might have tools inbuilt into that template and theme and come with plugins that cater to an e-commerce website. In this instance, I'm just going to go into the main landing page for the filtering tool, and this is what you'll see. And so you can access all your filters for, say, categories if I did want to look for a corporate or creative, and you can begin to filter down the way that you need. I think the big thing for me is that there's a lot of options. If I go back to this again, you can see of the corporate category, there's 2,500 plus themes and templates already made. So I might want to narrow it down really quickly. So rather than trying to go through all the different types of templates and themes and being overwhelmed, I have a very simple way of narrowing it down to what I really want to get to. The way I do it is I'll go to these filters, which show me what is the best rated and the best sellers. So I'm going to go to best rated. And right away you can see it's giving me some information that is valuable. So there's 144 ratings for this particular theme. Obviously it's rated very highly, and it also has some sales associated with it. And so when I'm looking for the choice themes and templates, I think that the quality themes are identified by the community feedback. And so that's kind of point 2 on finding what I want. It's really paying attention to the feedback of other users. A lot of the people using Themeforest are professionals. They're people like me as a web designer. I want to leverage one of these templates, and so I'm going to purchase what I think are good choices or templates for me to use as a professional. So ones that are high sellers or they're rated well, there's probably a very good reason why they're popular. And it's probably because it works well and it looks good and it's well supported by the developer. So for me, actually, I look at bestsellers. And you can see right here, this is the best-selling theme available on Themeforest. It's got to be for a reason, because look how many ratings it has and look how highly rated it is. So just by sheer volume of the ratings, this has This has over 19,000 ratings, and it has a 5-star rating as a template. Plus, it has over 300,000 sales. So, good grief. I mean, there's a lot of people who think this is a good template. It might not mean that it's the best option for me, but as far as narrowing down the best available options, this is a good way of doing it. I have it sorted by the best sellers. Maybe I want to now go into a category. I'm a creative type. And so now I can look at the best rated, the ones that have the most sales, and in the category that I'm looking for. And it narrows it down for me so I don't have to get lost at, looking at themes that maybe aren't as good. That doesn't mean the ones lower aren't good themes. They probably lots of them are, but for making an easy, quick decision, that's kind of where I go. And that's just my philosophy. So on this point, the last thing I'll show you is some of the actual detail that you can drill into. So I'm going to go to a theme that I like personally, and it's called The 7, and I've used it professionally many times. It begins to give you even more detail about this particular theme. And again, I can scroll down a little bit and I can begin looking at some of the feedback from the community. And again, you can see the rating based on the number of ratings that they've been given. And then I can also see comments. And the comments to me are very important because you're seeing usually an interaction between the developer and the community. So as somebody who's maybe needing support from the developer, you can see Dream Theme, which is the author, is commenting and responding. If I scroll down, you can see they're responding to things that people are saying. That's important to me because that means it's very well supported. They're engaged, and within the last 24 hours, they've been communicating with people who've bought this theme. Something else I look at is, so this theme was created in September of 2013. That's a long time ago for this theme to be maintained up until this point. It's been maintained and there's been updates ongoing on a regular basis, it would seem. So based on the longevity of this theme and the support, I know the people supporting and creating this theme are engaged in this community. They're involved and they're maintaining, and that's important to me. If I go into reviews, I can also see comments from different people, and you'll get pros and cons. See, this person gave it a 1-star rating, and that's fine. That's their opinion. And again, you're seeing the response from the author, and they're maybe engaging and trying to find out what's the issue. You're seeing positive feedback as well, and that's great. I want to see positive, negative feedback. I want to see how the author supports and responds. So the third point that I'd like to get into is the actual demos. I want to see how this thing works, and it's very important for me to see it in action to make a good decision. It's got to look good. It's got to have an appearance that appeals to me for what I'm trying to accomplish. So you can see here, you can click live preview, and here we arrive at the demo of this particular template, and it's going to give me some options of, number one, this demo will of course be built using this template. So right away I'm getting a sense of what it looks like in operation, some of the things that I might be able to achieve if I were to implement this myself. And right away, my impression is I like it. It has a very modern look to it, but it maybe isn't hitting exactly what I want to know or need to know. But what I ultimately like to do is I want to see it in different applications. And so what they often do on these demo sites is they'll give you the ability to look at, let's say I use this particular theme to create an agency type website or a corporate style website or a e-commerce website. They give you different flavors and styles for different applications and different types of clients, and that allows you to see, wow, man, this is a very flexible theme. I can make it look totally different by just changing around the settings. And so just this glimpse of thumbnails, these were all demo sites created using the same theme. I think sometimes a fear is when you know that 100,000 plus people have downloaded and used this theme, isn't my website going to look like everybody else's? Well, take a quick look. The customization level is extensive. You can do a lot with a good template to create a unique looking website that suits your brand and your style exactly the way you want it. Now, I will also say that sometimes creating a website that does look unique and has a professional look, yes, these themes have inbuilt tools that make it easy, and the better the theme, the better the tools that are inside of that theme to allow you to customize, but you still have to have a sense of design. It's not just going to come out of the box looking fantastic. That's where you have to make a decision. Do I want to actually hire somebody to use one of these templates to create me something, or do you want to take a shot at it? And there are lots of online tutorials that you could probably find on YouTube and whatever else that show you how to do some of this stuff. And some of my future videos are going to involve me going into one of these templates and beginning to build a website out of it. So now I want to go into one of these templates and, let's take a look at a demo of this template in action. The biggest selling feature for buying a template on a website like Themeforest, and by the way, there's other marketplaces online to buy templates and themes. You don't have to get locked into Themeforest. I'm showing you this because this is what I use, but take a look at the cost. The number one selling and used theme on Themeforest is $60 US. $60 US. The theme demo that I showed you was the 7. $39. Now the amazing thing is the development time. You saw all the structure and the function behind those demo sites. Man, oh man, oh man, there are thousands and thousands of dollars worth of development time put into these themes and templates. They are highly maintained. There is so much work put into it, and you're getting it for $39. And the reason why they can sell it for this price of $39 is because they've sold 94,000 licenses of this particular theme. Now, again, I mentioned before, just because you're buying it for $39 doesn't mean it's going to be delivered to you on download in a beautiful finished product. You have to set it up. You need to know WordPress. You need to know how to design using the tools. You need to become familiar with the tools. You need to know how to play with the options. You need to be a little bit bold in your learning curve and jump in and figure it out. So that's all she wrote. I'm going to end off here. Thanks for watching. I am James with Mtek Digital, and we'll see you in a future episode.